Welcome to the Time Matters on-demand lesson on how to back up your Time Matters data. Backups are a critical step in your firm's disaster recovery plan. Performing regular backups of your Time Matters data is extremely important. Backup files enable quick recovery from data loss or corruption. Time Matters backups can be scheduled to run automatically without user intervention, or you can perform one-time backups as needed. As a best practice, you should back up data after all of the users are out of Time Matters, so that the database is not changing. If you want to schedule Time Matters backups, you should run the program as a Windows administrator, allowing a task to be created in Windows Task Scheduler on the machine. The most common way to run an application as an administrator is to right-click on the icon and select the Run as Administrator option. After Time Matters opens, go to the File menu and select Backup Time Matters Data. The Time Matters backup screen opens and displays the data directory location. If you need to manage this default location, go to the File menu, select Utilities, and then File Locations. The backup of the SQL database is saved to a location configured in SQL Server. The SQL backup location cannot be changed from Time Matters. The Shared Files backup identifies the location where the backup of files that link to the SQL database are stored. You can click the Lookup button to specify an alternate location for storage of the backup files. We recommend that you save the backup to an external location, either to an external drive or another network location, so that you can recover information if the server goes down. Notice that the backup files are named for the day of the week on which the backup is performed. Each backup overwrites the file created on the same day of the previous week. You have the option not to include the document and document index directories or email attachments in the Time Matters backup. If these files are included in your regularly scheduled network backup, you can check the boxes to skip them here. Otherwise, we recommend that you do not check these two boxes, allowing Time Matters to include them in this backup. Let's select the option to remember the shared files backup destination to retain the location for the next backup. You can schedule a recurring backup or run a backup now. Let's configure a scheduled backup. The default schedule is every Sunday at 3 a.m. You can schedule a backup to run every day or only on specific days. Let's add a second backup on Friday and change the start time to 1 a.m. When we save the scheduled backup in Time Matters, the configuration is also saved on the computer in the Windows Task Scheduler application. This Windows utility executes the backup automatically if the machine is on during the scheduled backup time. The backup utility in Time Matters only stores one scheduled backup configuration. If you need to create additional backup schedules, such as scheduling backups to occur at different times on different days, you can use the Create Task action in Windows Task Scheduler. Let's go to the backup window again. Notice the View Backup Log button. We can select it to view a history of all the Time Matters backups that have been performed on this computer. With a scheduled backup configured, you can still perform a manual backup at any time. Let's select that option and click OK. Click Yes to begin the SQL Server portion of the backup. A message notifies you when the SQL Server backup is complete. Next, the document files are copied into a zip file. This process may take several minutes, depending on the number of files. When finished, a message notifies that the document backup is complete. This message displays, even if you choose the option to skip the files, in the document and document index directories. Another message displays when the email backup is complete. This message shows even if you choose the option to skip the email attachments for the backup. The manual backup has now completed. Don't forget to return to the Time Matters backup window to switch back to the Scheduled Backup option if you have a scheduled backup configured. Every user also has the opportunity to back up Time Matters when exiting the application. An Exit Now confirmation screen warns that the work will be saved but not automatically backed up. Selecting the Backup Now button launches the Time Matters backup window. Now you know how to back up Time Matters to prevent data loss if disaster strikes.